All right, this is the last daily Gramle in this series, I guess, because we're going to be on number 1,000 today, and I thought I would come back outside to do it so everybody could see what nice weather we have here in Calgary on September 21st, for what it's worth. Anyways, oh boy, we have an aspirated stop at the beginning of this one. I'm leaning towards a tuh. I don't think it's a cha. I think it's a tuh. Um, F3 is a little lowish here. That might explain the kind of cha-like qualities of that. Um, like, I don't know. This is, so this might be like an I'm leaning towards and then this is a nasal of some sort. So like turn, or also maybe even tiern, but I doubt that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't doubt too much. And then there's also, this looks like an ah or maybe a wedge. Part of me wants to say like turn off, but doesn't look super FE here. But this is included. So again, I guess I'll just do this as We'll go with the lexical guess here, even though that's like, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call that a solid word by itself. Something like that. Let's just see how many we get right. We got 2 right. So this is not an and if it's not, well, it might be the other but this is kind of funny. So what might be going on here is there might be more like a e kind of vowel here. But this thing here at the end is weird. You wouldn't expect a wedge at the end. So the reason I think this is wedge because F1 and F2 are kind of split here. And so we'll just assume this is nothing but devoicing and that there's maybe a couple of vowels in here. Let's just double check this other but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to say that. So it might be something. And then it's also like, if this is E or I, like how do you transcribe that vowel before an like it's closer to that. So we might have something like Tierna. Well, let's just see how many hits we get. None of the above. All right. Good thing I'm doing this today. We finally got a challenging one. Because I don't know if I'm gonna get to the end of this one before 5. There's that quote about like nothing ends well because if it was doing well, it would never end or something. I don't know. Hopefully this one ends badly. So anyways, still a little confused about what this vowel is here at the tail end. There's been so many L's that I don't want to guess L. And then what is this thing doing here? So there's no there's no this. I guess the other option it might be like this. But again, like these don't make sense as like words. Well, I'll just throw a bunch of stuff at it to see what sticks. And as far as this goes, it doesn't. The F1 is too high for it to be like an oo, like a fronted oo or something. The only other thing you could think of would be like, I guess it could be like, there's no open O in this set, so yeah, we're stuck with that. It can't really be because F2 isn't high enough. Let's throw an just to make sure. Yeah, I got nothing. Me and Eddie Vedder. All right, quality stuff here from the Daily Gramle feed. What am I missing? Yeah, I guess it's kind of a phantom F3 coming down. It doesn't sit down right on top of it. So I think that what we might be missing is an It's not A coming through here. The other thing is, this is pretty long like affrication here, or aspiration. and I was wondering if it was like aspiration at the start, but it doesn't make sense. Not listed as a cha here, but there might be like, you might think there's a, you know, a liquid in there, but there's not, because the only possible one is so I'm guessing is what's left. That matches up with this pattern. This is still kind of low F3, but maybe, you know, kind of pops up here, which makes it not low. I only have so many guesses left. I've kind of thrown 2 away on just, maybe it is. So, yeah, I mean, there might be L here. I don't know. I should probably just throw an L out there and see what happens. Yeah, that doesn't look like I guess the only other thing we could guess there is a schwa. So, having no good ideas, we still have no good ideas. Okay, that is a schwa. I mean, it looks wedgy to me, but that kind of makes sense. Okay, so what do we got there in the middle? It's not tiara. I think this might be one of those things I don't normally think of as like a 5-phoneme word, or maybe not a single word at all. Yeah. So this is relatively low here. This is relatively high. So I mean, they're calling that a schwa wedge. Like, it kind of fits, but we're not getting here. Should be something frontish. Taina? Who knows? We have very few options left. So that might be, it might be like ooh. I guess I should open my mind for that. So that might be the fronted ooh. Tuna. But what, we have to squeeze 2 phonemes in here somehow. Tuana. Yeah, there's, can't think of anything with like twa. Tune. Oh, that's possible. Tuna. Like if you have U after T in your variety of English, do you say tuna or do you say tuna? All right, I'm gonna go out with a bang that might turn into a whimper. I'll just guess tuna, and I'll get it right. All right.
Tuna.
Right.
Tuna.
Sure. Fronted ooh because it's in between 2 alveolars, basically.
Tuna.
That's not tuna.
Tuna.
All right. I think this is an appropriate one for Daily Gramle 1000. At least I got it in 5. I'll see you guys somewhere down the road, maybe for Daily Gramle 2000.